Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope, Louisville's original live TV sports talk show. We're here every Sunday night, and this is a big night for the Sunday Sports Buzz. It was 1 year ago this weekend that we began this show, our first episode. Brian Brohm was my guest, along with Chip Cosby at that time, and we are celebrating a birthday today here at the Sunday Sports Buzz. And our number is 964-2121, the Goomer Company Buzz Line. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Greg Brohm. I'm joined this week. Happy to have with me Rashawn Myers. He's been here many times. And Rashawn, 1 year ago, this show has changed the sports world, hasn't it?
I'll tell you what,
an impact.
1 year goes fast. 1 year definitely goes fast.
It flew by. It really flew by. But we've had a ball every Sunday night talking about the sports that matter to you folks. And right now, that's basketball. That's college basketball. And Louisville starts off, or last night, continues a little run that they've been on. Goes to Seton Hall, beats Kevin Willard, former Cardinal assistant coach, and gets their second straight Big East Road win in a row. Looked great for the first 10 minutes of the game. Most of the first half, built a 17-point lead. And then a whole different team showed up the second half. Turnovers. And Rashawn, the thing about this team, they look recently a lot more cohesive, a lot more together, like they know what they're doing. But as you can see, they've got a bunch of flaws, but they do seem to be able to grind it out, though.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when you talk about that Louisville game, it was good to see the offense really get going as they had gotten. The last 2 weeks, they've been very good since Kyle Currick came back from the injury at Pittsburgh. But there was definitely some issues in that second half. I don't know whether everybody was comfortable. I don't know whether it was just the fact that they felt that they had the victory, but it was ugly. Peyton Siva had a ton of turnovers. I believe he had 7 turnovers for the game. But Coach Pitino definitely changed the way that he's going about dealing with this team. He seemed very upbeat after the game was over. He was saying that, you know what, yeah, they turned the ball over, but on the other end, they got stops. I think that was the biggest thing.
Playing in the Big East Conference, you almost take on that tournament mentality of just survive in advance. I mean, just get the victory. Doesn't matter the score. Doesn't matter how good you played. You just put a W in the win column as you go through the difficult to manage. I don't care if it is a little bit of a down overall year, I think, for the Big East compared to what they have been. Still maybe the best in the country, but not as dominant. But you just put a win on the road in the Big East. I mean, you'll take it every day of the week. But 10-minute scoring drought in the second half. I mean, you looked up, neither team could score. Seton Hall missed so many close shots near the end of the game that you thought they were going to catch Louisville. But Louisville played good defense the entire game. Rick was really happy with Shane's play. I thought, and Rick said he didn't think he played particularly well. I don't know why he said this, but Gorgui Dieng is a beast. Block shots, points, rebounds. His play, the play of Shane down low, I think has been a big difference that Louisville has developed, kind of a good inside game the last few weeks.
Probably the best two big men in the conference right now. When you take a look at what these guys have been able to do, Gorgui Dieng and Shane Behanan, I mean, they've been absolutely dominant. Dieng has been one of the most efficient big men in the country, averaging a double-double, giving you 3.5 blocks a game. It's been absolutely unbelievable what he's been able to do. But I think the reason why Coach Pitino really wanted to give Shane the credit was because he had not been playing very good defensively, and he goes out there, gets 12 big rebounds to go along with his 8 points, got a block shot, had a couple of assists, and that's been something that he's not been doing. So, I think that Gorgui, because I think we're almost getting used to the double-double, the 3 or 4 blocks. It's like every day.
I tell you, like 5, I mean, you're right. We kind of just casually pass over 5 blocks a game. I mean, this guy is dominant underneath on defense. He had 2 steals to go along with that. I mean, he's been incredible, I think.
Yes.
Here's my worry. I'm going to throw this out. I don't want to worry Cardinal fans because I don't know if they've been thinking about this.
The phone lines are about to blow up.
They're going to blow up. But I'm starting to get a little concerned. Is Gorgui playing so well that we risk losing him to the NBA draft after this season? Somebody gets in his ear and talks him into it. What do you think?
I tell you what, I don't think that's going to happen, just for the simple reason that his father is allowing him to play basketball while he's in the United States of America. He said that, my dad didn't want me to play basketball. He wanted me to concentrate on my studies. So right now, Gorgui's not here to play basketball. He's not here to be a basketball player. He's here to get his education. And while he's getting getting his education. He'll play basketball. So if I'm a Louisville fan, I'm not really worried about Jay making that move.
Well, I'll tell you what, now I know fans are going to say he's not ready, but the NBA drafts on potential. Yeah. And this guy's got a world of potential. Before we move on, talk about Kentucky a little bit. Scale of 1 to 10, a little different question than I kind of prepped you with before. How good do you feel about this win for the Cards? How good do you feel about it? Played good first half, bad, kind of ugly second half, got the win on the road. How good, scale of 1 to 10, you feel about it?
Oh, I'll take it. I'll probably say an 8, 8.5, just because any road win in the Big East, the best conference in the nation, regardless of whether it is a bit down, is huge. So I think definitely an 8 for me.
Absolutely. I'm with you. I'm at an 8. I don't care how ugly it might have been getting to the finish line. The team got the win on the road, second straight Big East road win. Kentucky, they have to be the most dominant team in the country right now. I mean, they really are playing well. I mean, you can't take that away from them. My question, though, with Kentucky is it that they're that much better than everybody else, or, and I don't want to bang on the SEC, but is the competition level they're playing just not very good?
Well, you know,
it's a combination.
I think it's a combination of both. You know, the SEC was thought to be a little bit better than what it has been so far. Alabama's been not as good as you would have expected them to be. But I think overall, Kentucky is just playing very well. It was very good to see Terrence Jones go out there, get 27 big points. He had not been playing well. And on top of that, getting those big points to go out there, not shoot any three-point. I think the 0 3-point attempts was probably the biggest thing, because he doesn't need to be out there shooting all those shots. Get your big self down low, dominate on the block. I think that's where his money's going to be made. And if Kentucky can get that out of him, they're going to be very tough.
Okay, Jones had 27 and 9. You know, he was dominant and he played great. But Kid Gilchrist, is 1 point, no field goals. Is Kentucky better when Jones is the man, or are they better when Kid Gilchrist is the man and the other takes a backseat?
Well, I think Terrence Jones, for this team to get to a Final Four and get to ultimately where they would like to get to, I think Terrence Jones has to be a consistent 16 to 18 point per game scorer. I think Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is definitely going to give you that energy, that hustle, that defense. He's going to be there night in and night out giving you that. But Terrence Jones needs to be who he was projected as a first-team All-American. He needs to be that All-American for Kentucky to get there.
All right, before we go to a break, I want to get to a caller we have on the line already. Jason is up on the Goomer Company Buzz line. Hey, Jason.
Hey, I just want to let y'all know it ain't the competition Kentucky's playing, because they've already beat Louisville, North Carolina, Kansas, and everybody. So it's not any competition they play right now. They're just that good right now. It's not. You can look at the competition, and I mean, it don't matter who it is right now. The SEC, they've already played all the good teams. So now they're in the SEC. It's not really the competition.
I'll tell you what, I mean, you got a good point. I mean, they have beaten the best of the best probably out there, lost one game to Indiana. But my concern, if I'm Kentucky, is that happened early in the season. We got a few seconds before we go to break, Rashawn, and I'll go to break and you answer this on the way back out or back in. But it's been a while since they've been challenged. And from January on, you're only going to have a couple of tests. Is that enough to get you tournament ready? That's going to be my question to the fans, too. Our number 964-2121. We'll be back in a moment. This is the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.
Hi, I'm Jim Weeks. At MaxCare, no project is too big. We have the capabilities to handle the smallest residential project to the largest commercial undertaking. We even clean big houses like this one. And everyone has been abuzz about our amazing 4 areas for $99 special. We want to let everyone know that MaxCare also cleans upholstery, ceramic tile, and air ducts. We also install and refinish hardwood floors dust-free. MaxCare, locally owned and family operated. Give us a call, 636-4629.
Pimp out your ride at Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road. That's Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road to pimp out your ride. They are open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They are the largest car audio dealer in the city of Louisville. No better place for paint or body work in the city than Smart Shoppers. You need rims, stereos, amps, paint, anything you need. Call 964-6652 or go to smartshoppers.com. That's Smart Shoppers, 964-6652.
We're gonna rock your world, not your wallet. Rally's Cha-Ching. Our smoky sausage, grilled plump and juicy, topped with mustard on a toasted bun. Just $1. Chipotle barbecue bacon cheeseburger or our mushroom Swiss. Big Rally's taste for just $1. Now that's cha-ching! Rally's, feast on.
This limited time offer is a real winner, so make sure you score one today.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card featuring Chariot Run, Bardstown Country Club at Maywood, Rosewood Country Club, Indian Springs, Cave Valley Golf Resort, the Falls Golf Resort, the Bull, and Stonecrest Golf Course is available now. Get your golf tour card and play 8 great courses with cart for one low price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. You can play anytime, but you must get your golf tour card now.
Happy birthday to us here in the iTech studios and the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Schwab. We are 1 year old today. Our first show was this weekend last year. We had Brian Brohm on, Chip Cosby. The next week after that, we actually had a phone-in from the Super Bowl. A lot of great, fun moments throughout the year, Rashawn. And here's just a list I put together of the top Sports Buzz moments. Who's going to forget the Jimmy Awards? And we're going to do that again this April with Handsome, his college basketball awards. We had the Super Bowl call-in from Brian Brohm and Art Carmody. They were at the game in the stadium last year. Handsome Jimmy, Jeff Mason, U of L UK debate. I've never seen Mason curl up in the fetal position like he did when Handsome punked him on the Sports Buzz. Trevor miking up Kristen. And if I can tell you exactly, how you have to mic yourself, he made sure the mic was firmly attached to her clothing. Chip Cosby, slick wardrobe. Everybody loves how Chip is always the sharpest dressed man in the room. Bob Dominy's hot friend he brought with him to the show. The John Spears Krause Trinity St. X showdown, and of course Chris's poems. And we also want to thank our regular callers, Truth, Big Brother, the Mayor, Pimp Daddy, Handsome Jimmy, Andy, all the regulars who call in every week, and our guests. We had Bob Dominy, we had Bob Vavano, we had Scotty Davenport, Ken Lola. We've had some great guests. Lachlan McClain was here many times. Rashawn Myers, of course, is at the top of the list. But it is our birthday, and we're happy to be here to celebrate it with you. And we've got a couple callers on the line. CC, you're up.
Hello?
Hey, CC, you're up.
Okay.
What's your question?
My question is, everybody wants to rag on how Rick Pitino is coaching. I wonder how good they think Kentucky would be if they had 2 or 3 people hurt, and how good could you think Coach Cal would be if he had to mix and match like Rick Pitino's had to do for the last year and a half.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rashawn, there is a point there that Louisville had what was supposed to be their number 1 recruit, has been out all year, has had a ton of injuries. Cal would have trouble, don't you think, if he had to play without Anthony Davis the entire year? It'd make you a different ball club.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Calipari must have a 4-leaf clover or something, because he's been playing with basically a 6-man rotation for the 3 years he's been at the University of Kentucky, and he's been able to, stay away from the big injuries. Outside of John Hood's knee injury, there has really not been any injury to any of the top 6 guys for the University of Kentucky basketball program. So he's definitely living a calm life.
And we've debated if that's how he, we've debated, and Rick and CL got into it about the practice causing injuries, and
we talked about
it all the time. But good comment, CC. Carrie, you're up.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then for your first caller,
yeah,
I would like for him to know that the SEC football is great, but the SEC basketball is not. UK might have played their best teams now, and then what are they doing? In the Big East, every game is like championship game.
I hear you. It is, as far as just a day in, day out grind, you don't have as many days off in the Big East, I don't think. And maybe Kentucky's so good that they're making good teams look bad. And they very well could. Let's look, since we're talking about that, at who Kentucky plays this week coming up. We throw Kentucky's schedule up there, and then we'll look at kind of where they stand in the SEC. On Tuesday night, they're home to Tennessee. Tennessee played them well at Tennessee. I expect them to roll, though, in Rupp Arena. And then at South Carolina on Saturday, another team you would expect them to win on the road. It's the next week where it gets tough again for Kentucky, because that following week they're at home with Florida and on the road at Vandy. That's their tough week. But they should have two relatively easy wins, don't you think?
Yeah, for both of the local programs, this week is going to be a little bit of a breather. Definitely Kentucky has two games where they should be able to win. But I do want to pose to the Kentucky folks, you have to remember, Kentucky's only played one true road game versus a team that's going to, compete to get to the NCAA tournament. That was at Indiana. They lost that game. So you want to see what this Kentucky team can do in those final three road games. They still have to go to Mississippi State. They have to go at Vanderbilt and at Florida. So they're still a little bit ahead of you. Yes, they're winning, and I was glad to see them get out there and get the 25-point win, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. They still have a little bit to go.
Let's look at Louisville's schedule this week. Louisville has an unusual entire week off here to kind of rest and practice. Rick likes to practice and to kind of hone in on what they've been doing well lately. 2 straight home games. They're 5-4 in the conference, Rashawn. Rutgers at home on Saturday. You would expect a victory there. 6-4, hopefully. Then UConn on Monday night. I think this is the elevator, this game. Yes. Because if you win it and you go 7-4 in the league, now you're competing for the second or third spot in the Big East. If not the first spot, if Syracuse falters at all. I mean, seriously.
Could be.
7-4. If you lose it, then you're going to be kind of in the middle with a bunch of teams packed in the center of the Big East at 6-5. I think that's the key game, is home versus UConn.
Yeah, I definitely think that, that Rutgers game is a must-win. Louisville needs to take care of that on Saturday. Once that's taken care of, you take care of your business, you go to Big Monday, that's going to be a huge tilt with UConn. It should be the best matchup of big men in the Big East this year. I mean, Andre Drummond, Alex Oriaki versus Gorgie Zhang, Shane Bohannon. I know there's probably going to be a ton of scouts in the building for that, so I can't wait to see that matchup. But if Louisville can get that, they'll definitely have a shoehold in getting that double bye in the Big East.
I'll tell you what, we saw the standings for the conference. They flashed while you were talking there, Rashawn. And Louisville, I mean, everybody's packed together. Yep. I mean, Syracuse with one loss. Louisville's, on the loss column, they're just one spot out of third place. They're in 6th now, one spot out of third, 2 spots out of second. And they could jump up in a matter of a week to second.
But you could also drop if
yes,
you
lose
could.
Again. Not too far away from Seton Hall Rutgers on that list either. Actually,
exactly,
one win down there, one loss down there. So, the Big East is not as good maybe at the top, but everybody's about the same.
Well, don't forget the 9th place team in the Big East won the national championship last year. So while they say it may be down, you just never can tell until tournament time comes.
You can't. Okay, Mike, you're with us on the Goodman Company Buzz Line.
He's gone.
Hey, Mike. Okay, Mike's not here. 964-2121, and it's our number, the Goomer & Company Buzz Line. We're talking Louisville and Kentucky. Let's throw up Kentucky's SEC standings, and they're at the top. Obviously, I don't think we have that, but they're at the top, and there's only 2 teams even close.
Just put Kentucky up there.
It's Florida and Vandy, and then everybody else. It's like a huge drop-off in the SEC at that point. Louisville, the other night, one thing that bothered me a little bit, Rashawn, was how Louisville handled the pressure defense and all the turnovers. And I know Peyton has had his issues with turnovers, and 7 turnovers. He gets a little bit out of control. What worries me is Moorhead did the same thing to Louisville last year, is they put the press on, and Louisville looked like they had never seen a press in the NCAA tournament against Moorhead. I mean, I'm worried about, if I'm Louisville, is getting that press. Your ball handlers are Russ and Siva, and that doesn't give you a lot of comfort when they're the guys having to break it. But what's your concern there? How do you think about Louisville's ability to handle pressure defense?
Well, they always say that teams that press don't like to be pressed. So, the biggest thing is that Louisville needs to straighten that up. I think they did get a little bit laxed just by the simple fact that, they were up so comfortably and doing well. But I think with Russ Smith and Peyton Siva, they should be all right down the long run. They just need to tighten it up a little bit and make sure they're taking care of the basketball.
All right. 964-2121. Give us a call. We'll be back in a moment. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Schwab.
I wish I had a decent truck with my kind of credit.
I'm Jeannie Jules, and there are no rules at Jim Brown Auto Sales if your credit isn't right. We've got cars to suit your needs and prices to delight. So you don't need 3 wishes, you'll soon see, because at Jim Brown Auto Sales, we make wishes reality. I'm Julie Brown, and my daddy has over 150 ways to make your wishes come true. Who's your daddy? 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 Daddy?
You're going to love Louisville Athletic Club's solution to your fitness resolution.
For a limited time, join the area's premier fitness club for as low as $9.99 per month or no enrollment fee.
That's right. Join now for as low as $9.99 per month or no enrollment fee.
Call now and start your fitness resolution.
Hi, Joe here for Joe's OK Bayou. A lot has changed since we opened the doors here 15 years ago.
Gas was around $1 per gallon. Blue Story was a craze.
Long hair was in, and I was single. But one thing that hasn't changed here at Joe's is the exceptional value and great service you get each and every day. Stop in for the all-you-can-eat lunch special, nightly $3 off dinner specials, a great happy hour, even $1.99 kids meals every Sunday. There's a reason why we've had the best Cajun in town for the past 15 years. Who says change is good? Joe's OK Bayou. It's okay by me.
Hi, this is Roz from 1-800-ASK-GARY. I'm here to tell you about a new law in Kentucky. It is now against the law for a stranger to call or come to your home after a car accident to solicit you for medical or legal services. Report this illegal act to your insurance company. You may be entitled for a full refund of fees paid for services already received. Don't risk damaging your case or your health. We'll always do what's right for you. 1-800-ASK-GARY.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card is available now. Play 8 great courses for one amazing price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. Hurry, they won't last long.
Hey, Jenny from 21 Live. I want you to stop by our website, shop21live.com, and post your pics of really funny signs there on our Facebook page, because we're going to have a contest. There's going to be a winner. Plus, while you're there, find out how to get some of these guys, and we've got a great trip for you. You're going to Red River Gorge, so check it all out on our website and watch us Saturday mornings at 10.
21 Live, Kentuckiana's live local shopping show.
Thanks for staying with us on the Sunday Sports Bus presented by Sam's Torp. I'm sure we have a big audience tonight because the Pro Bowl's on opposite us, and it's totally unwatchable. I mean, it is. It's actually comical to watch them play, and absolutely no contact in an entire professional football game. So thanks for joining us. We got a big deal going on. Valentine's Day giveaway, 1450 WQKC and Fritz's. That's the radio station that we're on every week. And great giveaway for Valentine's Day. $700 value. One night stay at the Ramada Plaza downtown. $250 to Aztec Limousine gift certificate. Dinner for 2 to Maker's Mark Bourbon House and Lounge. And a couples massage lesson from Fritz's. Thank goodness it's Fritz's and not Trevor. I don't want Trevor giving the couples massage lessons. But you can register at Fritz's for Men. 2 locations on South Hurstbourne and then Highway 42 near Limekiln Lane. The 1450 Fritz's Valentine's giveaway. All right, full phone lines. The mayor, thanks for joining us.
Hey, buddy, you forgot to talk about the NHL All-Star game, but I won't bore you tonight. I'll wait till your radio show. But hey, the earlier caller, before I talk about Louisville, the earlier caller, Jason, talked about Kentucky and how they've run through teams at the beginning of the year. And that's one thing I think, and I would never want to compliment Calipari, but one thing he's done since he's been there is he runs a simple offense that allows new guys to come in, young guys, learn that offense quickly, and therefore be performing at a high level. So in these early season tournaments, that allows them to beat the Kansases and some of the other teams like that, who are going to be better, much better in March when they kind of get together and learn their difficult system. So I think that's one thing of interest with the way he runs. I had a question. First, another one. You should add Handsome Jimmy's pet names to that list you had earlier, like Trav, Sean, and Crenshaw. Those would be good. But I called the other day, the radio show, and asked about something, and I'm kind of interested and a little bit concerned about Blackshear. I'm seeing a lot of information on the internet and some kind of stuff. I don't know what the deal is, and the whole thing just really seems kind of...
Well, let me ask Rashawn, info update on Blackshear?
Well, hopefully he won't get any more stomach viruses. I know it's been one of the biggest, weirdest things. Everything's been wrong with him, but hopefully Wayne Blackshear, if he's going to have,
see him.
If he's going to have an ability to have an impact, I'm saying that yes. Okay. I think at some point we will see him because I don't believe the coaching staff thinks he'll be here 4 years anyway.
All right. Thanks, Mayor. Appreciate the call. Kathy, up. Kathy. Kevin, thanks. Kevin, you're up with us.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I just want to say something about somebody was saying about the SEC being down and stuff. Well, Kentucky's they're running through it. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They can't do nothing about them being down. They're just going through and winning. And the Big East is down, and Louisville's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So Kentucky's still winning. They're doing what they're supposed to do. That's what Calipari teams do. I mean, they just win.
Well, hey, you can't argue with that. I mean,
they take care of business.
They're winning, and the only concern I would have, and Cal's expressed the concern of, are we getting prepared for the tournament, the tough tournament game we might face? Because they won't face one probably until the Sweet 16, even in the tournament. Right. But is this stretch getting us ready for that? And I don't know, the teams are playing them a little different. I mean, they're going physical. They're going physical big time. You saw the takedown on Anthony Davis. It was really a cheap shot on him. But they're playing them a little bit different.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is that everybody's going to play them physical. They're going to play a lot of zone and just try to make Kentucky beat them from the outside and continue to beat them up. I think Tennessee did it a little bit, and that's what you'll probably see. But Kentucky has taken care of business, and I think they will continue to do so until probably one of those road games near the end of the season.
All right, who's our next caller, Derek? Dennis, hey, you're up.
Hey, how's it going now?
Doing good.
Yes, because what my question was about Vandy's coach is worried about our schedule, how we play our games, and why is he worried about our schedule and how we play our games, and who does our scheduling for us? I know the coaches get together and do the scheduling.
Yeah, you know what? It's a little bit of whining. TV does the schedule. And the marquee time slot is Tuesday night. Now, the concern is the SEC is given preferential treatment to Kentucky, but they're the star of the league. They get prime time slot.
I mean, they're the ones with like 30 SEC championships. So, I guess when you're the king, it's nice to be the king.
All right, hey, real quick, I know we don't have much time. Recruiting, signing day Wednesday. Who are the big names we're going to look for from Louisville, Kentucky, and what's the class is going to rank? We got a minute to go.
Well, Nick Dawson, the young man out of the Carolinas, is the big guy on the defensive side of the ball. Also, Gerard Hollyman, the defensive back from the 2011 class. He is re-upping with Louisville. And also, young man that didn't play this year, Will Gardner, quarterback out of Georgia, was the #1 quarterback in Georgia before tearing his knee up, had an offer from Alabama. He's going to be a part of that recruiting class. For UK, of course, the big quarterback, Patrick Towles out of Lexington. That's the big signee out of there, as well as the Blaylock twins out of Georgia, sons of former NBA star Mookie Blaylock.
Is Louisville going to be the top recruiting class in the Big East?
Yes.
Top. Yes. You heard it from Rashawn Myers. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.